students. For communication arts this week, we are starting a new unit. Last unit we did filling out forms, important forms that you guys are gonna have to fill out all throughout adulthood. And if you had not been logging in yet to Microsoft Teams or didn't get a chance to see those videos, please go back and watch them. They're all on my YouTube channel. And if you can, open up the file I sent to practice that. That would really be helpful for you for your future in adulthood and filling out forms. So now we're moving on to a new unit of writing resumes. This is also something that is going to be very important for you. You guys are going to be applying for jobs very, very soon, and a lot of jobs require a resume. And what a resume is just basically a piece of paper that tells them about your information, like personal information, how they can get a hold of you, your name, that sort of thing, your education, your work experience, and any other, and your references sometimes, and maybe your accomplishments. If you want student of the year or something like that, you put that on there. And so here is an example of a resume right here. And I am going to give you this template. It's going to be loaded into Microsoft Teams for you. And one of your assignments is going to be to fill that out. But leading up to that throughout the week, you are going to be working on filling out what you would need for your resume. So first, what we're going to do, hold on one second.
I can't spell the cereal.
That's okay. Sorry. Teaching from home is interesting. So first we're going to just learn a little vocabulary about resumes first. And this all will be uploaded in Microsoft Teams for you, so you can open this up and look at it while I'm reading it if you'd like, or for your reference later. So resumes are a very important part of growing up and getting a job. A resume helps an employer, one of the vocabulary words, learn more about you so that they can decide to employ you or not for their company. Resumes should usually only be 1 page long because it is important to be concise with your information. No one wants to read pages and pages of writing. Always try to keep them short and sweet. It is recommended to bring a printed copy of your resume to an interview. This is a great tip to help you land the job. Resumes help you look more professional by listing all your experiences and strengths. Don't forget to dress to impress. A good resume can help you reach your dream job in no time. So, some words in there we might not know. So let's go over those words, vocabulary words for this unit. What do you think employer means? Is it A, parents, B, students, C, companies, or D, empty? An employer is a company. What do you think employ means? To hire, to boss, to fire, or to interview? Employ means to hire. What do you think concise means? Long, average, awesome, or to the point? Concise means to the point. What do you think recommended means? Do not do it, do it, maybe do it, or forget it. It means do it. What do you think interview means? The time you meet and talk about the job, the time you apply, the time you get paid, or the night of your first day of work. An interview is the time you meet and talk about the job. What do you think professional means? In jeans and a t-shirt? In shorts? In sneakers? Or well-dressed? It means well-dressed. And what do you think strengths mean? What you are okay at? What you like? What you are good at? Or what you are bad at? Your strengths are what you are good at. And this is going to be your homework for Monday. And I'll have it loaded in Microsoft Teams, and it'll say Monday's Communication Arts Vocabulary Practice Response Sheet. And you're going to go in, these questions will be in there, and you're going to write your answers. And that's how I will see your work for Monday. On Tuesday, same thing. This will be uploaded to Microsoft Teams, and it'll say under assignments, and it'll say Tuesdays, communication arts, resume practice, response sheet. So on Tuesday, we're going to be doing this sheet. Resume, important parts, number 1. So these are going to be step-by-step answers we're going to fill out on these forms to help us build our final resume that we'll do on Friday. So one important part of your resume is contact information. This is the section on your resume that you write about how an employer can contact or reach you. Fill out the sections with your contact information. So the first section I have on here is my name. I wrote Amy Tarr, my email, amy.tarr@slps.org, and my phone number. I wrote the school's phone number, but you will write your own phone number. That's the first part of your resume. The next part of your resume is your objective. And this is the part of your resume, and this part of your resume should only be 1 sentence long. Keep it simple. Your objective should tell the company what position you would like to work for. Here are some examples. To obtain a part-time job as a cashier at Target. To obtain a full-time job as a waiter at Applebee's. Obtain a part-time job as a sales representative at Best Buy. You don't even have to be that specific if you don't want. You could say to obtain a part-time job as a cashier. If you're applying at a bunch of different places, you don't want to have to change your resume every time you apply for a different job. So my objective, you guys know this, I love Target. So my objective was to obtain a full-time job as a cashier at Target. You're gonna put whatever job you are. I know some people in class want to be a stalker, so you could say to obtain a job as a stalker, or whatever job you're interested in. So this is your homework for Tuesday. Make sure you fill out the Microsoft form, and if you're not on Teams, you can just write this down on a piece of paper, and if you can text me a picture or email it to me, whatever works. The next part is what you're going to do on Wednesday. This will be on Microsoft Teams. Same thing, if you don't have Teams and want to take a picture and email it to me, that's great too. This is resume parts 2. On this section, we're gonna work on our education and experience, because these are also parts that'll go on your final resume. In this section for education, you should list where you go to school or where you went to school. Since you guys are graduating next month, you're gonna, it's where you went. Fill out the information below with your school's contact information. So here I wrote the school's name, which is Nottingham CAJAT, the years you attended. It's going to be different. Everybody's going to be 2020 because you guys are all graduating. Some of you started in different years. Then you're going to list some classes you took. I wrote food service, daily living skills, communication arts, math, grounds maintenance, and work experience. And you can list other classes you took as well if you want. The next section is experience. This is a section that you write down where you work, but this can be tricky if you've never had a real job before. But the great thing is you guys have all had work experience through school, through volunteering, so you can most definitely list that. And I enlisted I'm not sure where you guys worked before, but I know all of you worked at MERS because you were with me, so I put MERS information on here. If you worked at WashU, also include that. If you worked at Wells Fargo, also include that. So on here, you're going to write the company name, which I put MERS Goodwill as a volunteer, the address, 1727 Locust, 63103, their phone number, the time we worked there. You guys worked from August 19 through March of 20, and then list some things you did there. This has 2 things. If you can write more, that's great. I put wash dishes, mop the floor. You guys also swept the floor, cleaned the microwaves, cleaned tables, so whatever else. Okay, and then the last page, this is what you'll do on Thursday. Again, this will be on Microsoft Teams. You can fill this information out on there. Or send me a picture. This is the last part of filling out your resume. And this part is your skills. Okay, babe, right here. So I want you to think about some things you're really good at. Here are some words that you can add to your resume for this section. Circle the ones that fit you. And in the sheet, you're just gonna type them down. I circled hardworking, able to multitask, flexible. You pick what you think you're good at. And if you're like me and I'm like, I'm not really sure what I'm good at, ask your family members what they think you're good at and have them help you fill that out. And then there's also a little blank on there, and I want you to write an additional word or two that describes you. And the final part is references. A reference is who an employer might call to ask you about what kind of worker you are. So don't forget to include this section on your resume. It is very important. This is who the employer will call to ask about you. But do not include family members or friends. You should include your teachers or a coach or old bosses or even like school counselors on there. And so you guys, please use me as a reference. I'd be happy to be a reference for you guys for a job. And Miss Kyle said she would also be a reference. And I can get you our information. I actually wrote my information on there and Miss Kyle's, but I didn't have her phone number right now. But I can get it for you guys if you want to email it me for. And then, McKenna, please. And then on Friday, there is going to be a template that I'm going to email you where this is already set up for you. You just have to go in and put your information. So I just did a quick resume for myself. I just filled in the boxes that they had on there, and I used all the information that I'd worked on these other pages. So it's going to be super easy for you guys to fill out your resume because you've already got all the information on the other pages. And then I'm going to have you guys submit me that resume on Microsoft Teams as well. And I'll give directions on Teams on how to do that. And then please save a copy and print it for yourself because you can use that when applying for jobs, which some of you might even be doing right now. So happy resume writing. Good luck, and contact me if you need any help with that. Thanks.